The Gym Leader Challenge format is the perfect way to enjoy the Pokemon TCG without the latest and greatest power creeps and systems. No rulebox Pokemon with insane amounts of health and damage, and no worrying about standard rotation. So if you've been itching to play the Pokemon TCG with some of your old cards, but haven't been keen on diving into the standard format, Gym Leader Challenge might be right up your alley. So what exactly is the Gym Leader Challenge, or GLC? This is a fan-made but very popular Pokemon TCG format. It is a singleton format which, like Magic the Gathering's Commander decks, only allows one kind of card of any name per deck instead of the usual 4. Rulebox cards are also prohibited from play, so no V, EX, Radiant, or Ace Spec cards. As the name suggests, each deck is restricted to one type of Pokemon just like a Pokemon gym would be, which limits but also streamlines your deck building process. And last but not least, while you don't have to worry about standard rotation forcing you to change your deck every year, cards from before the Black and White expansion or 2011 are not allowed. Everything from then on, however, is free game. As a quick side note, considering how far back this format goes, it's important to know how some reprints affect how you can build your deck. Some Pokemon have reprinted abilities, but as long as they have different names, they can both be played in the same deck. Supporters, on the other hand, are not allowed to be played alongside other supporters that have the same ability, even with different names. The gameplay of the GLC format is the same as the standard TCG, a 60-card deck, 6 prize cards, 1 supporter per turn, etc, etc. If you still need to brush up on those rules, I have a video here on the channel that will teach you how to play. But maybe you're a fairly new player and don't know where to start with older cards for your deck. While I won't go in depth for every type of Pokemon in this video, I do have some staple suggestions that are fairly universal. What makes cards good in GLC is slightly different from standard play. Good cards in Standard are still good in GLC, but since you're restricted to one copy of each, many more cards get the chance to shine. For example, Ball Guy would almost never see Standard play, but because you have to play different types of balls in your deck if you want their tutor effects, Ball Guy is the perfect answer to get a good chunk of them out of your deck right away. Cards like Town Map are also great since being able to find your single copies of cards in your prizes is going to be a lifesaver. But what else are we looking for exactly? In general, tutors, or cards that search your deck for specific other cards, are going to be very important in a singleton format. Gloria, Arazu, Lady, Professor's Letter, and of course Ball Guy, along with a good assortment of balls, are great examples of this. You'll also want card draw, so cards like Professor's Research, Birdkeeper, Pokegear 3.0, and Iono are good ones to keep in mind. Don't forget to add some recursion to get your Pokemon, supporters, and energy cards out of the discard pile. These cards include Super Rod, Versus Seeker, Palpad, Energy Retrieval, and Clara. And cards like Boss's Orders, Guzma, Escape Rope, Avery, and Erica's Invitation are there to round your deck out with some disruption. I've taken most of these suggestions from the official website gymleaderchallenge.com, which has all the info you'll need. I recommend you check it out if you want more in-depth lists. And I know if you wanted to read, you wouldn't be watching a video, but there's just far too much to put in here. Now, I didn't include any Pokemon in this list because of the nature of this format. There are going to be staples for each type, but only those types. I'll try and do another video at some point to go over each type, just not right now. Still, same as my how to build your first Pokemon deck video, you're going to want a mix of Pokemon that can draw you cards, search your deck, or attack. Again, Pokemon that were or are good in Standard are probably still good here, but now you have multiple sets to choose from and the chance for otherwise overlooked Pokemon to have their moment in the spotlight. So if you've been sitting on your collection for the past few years, go back and see what hidden gems you might have. Another reason I really enjoy this format is because it gives new purpose to go through bulk boxes at shops. Instead of perusing for cards that are only useful for the current rotation that also match modern power levels, your options are much more abundant now. You can probably even find a way to build around your favorite Pokemon that previously wasn't viable or even possible. That being said, you should be aware of the ban list. It's short, so I'll go over it here because I'd hate for you to make my mistakes. Showing up to play some of my first GLC games and showing off the super cool card I found and discovering that it's super banned. And for good reason. The cards included in this list are Lysander's Trump card, Oranguru from the Sun and Moon Ultra Prism set, Forest of Giant Plants, Chip Chip Ice Axe, Hiker from the Sun and Moon Celestial Storm set, Kyogre from the Shining Fate set, and Pokemon Research Lab. But that's it! If anyone has any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to help as many people as possible enjoy this alternative format because it's a lot of fun to brew for and play. And like I said before, I'll try and make a dedicated video for different Pokemon types to give you ideas in the future. Until then though, God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next one.